With the most in-depth high school football coverage in Green Country, Fox 23 presents High School Football Tonight.
It's week 5 of high school football as we've officially gotten into the heart of the season. Fun matchups all over the place as teams begin to try and separate themselves from the pack. Including the big one, Lincoln Christian taking on Hall and Hall in a matchup of a couple undefeated teams. It's our Fox 23 Game of the Week. So sit back and relax because high school football tonight starts now.
You're watching high school football tonight on Fox 23.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to High School Football Tonight. I'm Spencer Till. She's Kaylee Carnine. And Kaylee, it's hard to believe, but we're already halfway through the regular season for this year's high school football. I mean, it is flying by.
Wow,
right now.
it really is flying by. That is crazy, but lots of games still left, and we had some big games going on tonight.
That's right. Teams trying to separate a little bit, including a big game tonight over at Lincoln Christian. They were squaring off against Hall and Hall. Both teams undefeated. It's also a rivalry game, a lot on the line. We've
got Fox 23's Paige Orr covering the game for us tonight, and she joins us now live from the field. And Paige, there was a little history on the line in this one as well.
That's right, guys. Pretty big one here. Fox 23 Game of the Week, and it was a high-scoring affair. It was all one-sided. These were two top 4 teams with Lincoln Christian and Hall and Hall. Let me tell you what, these Lincoln Christian Bulldogs bullied the Dutch all night long. Take a look at this first half. Week 5 football action. Hall and Hall coming to Lincoln Christian. Head coach Jerry Ricky trying to add on to the 32-game winning streak. Bulldogs come out hot. It's Braden Baker. Houses this one from 3 yards out, pushes his way in there. 7-0 Lincoln Christian, 7:30 left in the first quarter. Bulldogs again, handoff to CJ Wright. And you know that's right, 4-yard touchdown, he's in there. 14-0 Lincoln Christian, 10:27 left in the second quarter. Lincoln Christian quarterback Carter Ricky looks and he finds Hudson Ferris. Ferris is gonna take this one all the way back into the house. Touchdown. Check out this, happy feet, happy feet. He's happy about it. 21-0 Lincoln Christian, 6:19 left in the second quarter. 4th and 17, Lincoln Christian quarterback Carter Ricky looks deep. He throws a bomb all the way to Brett Castee. 37-yard touchdown. 28-0 Lincoln Christian, 1:24 left in the second quarter. End of the first half, it's Lincoln Christian 28, Hall and Hall 0. Final score 62 Lincoln Christian, Hall and Hall nothing. They took this one in a dominating way, adding on to that 32-game win streak, mark it up 33. That moves them from 14th of all time, from 16th all time to 14th all time. They are currently the second longest active streak in Oklahoma. And I got to talk to Coach Jerry Ricky about what he thinks of his team.
We're happy with where we're at, but we're never satisfied. I don't know if it's just me, but I have a try to be perfect on things, and we're trying to always be perfect. We're never going to get there, so we know we need to keep practicing, but our kids show up, and they continue to do that week in and week out.
The Bulldogs looked really great tonight. They're going to continue to keep rolling, and let's see how far that winning streak can go. Here at Lincoln Christian, covering sports, Paige Orr, Fox 23 News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Paige. Speaking of defending state title teams, Bixby, the #1 ranked team in the state. They also, by the way, were ranked the #1 team in the country this week by Rivals. Well, they were trying to keep it rolling tonight, taking on Moore. And the Spartans not wasting much time at all before getting the party started. Just the second play from scrimmage, and they would do this. Carson Kirby aired it out. He finds Cord Nolan. He is headed to Texas Tech next year and showing why. He houses that one right there as they grab the early lead. A couple of possessions later, and they were getting it done on the ground as well. Handoff over to Jason Mall. Breaks loose, shows off the speed. Comes right into your living room right there as he gets it in. The route is on. Then check out this play. Bixby goes to their bag of tricks. They throw it to the flat. They reverse it to a wide receiver pass back to the quarterback, and then Kirby takes it in for the score.
Fancy.
Bixby getting fancy with it, and you're right, dominating win, 81-6 the final.
That's awesome. Broken Arrow was looking for a bounce back win tonight as they hit the road to take on UConn in a top 10 matchup. And the Tigers striking first. Make way for Octavian Robertson, the parting of the Red Sea of Miller defenders. He's in, and the Tigers go up 7-0 early in the first quarter. It looked like the Millers were about to get on the board too, but Samaj Stanford blocks the field goal attempt, and then he goes absolutely flying down the field. He takes it all the way the other way, and the Tigers are up 14-zip now. Second quarter now, and Broken Arrow building off the momentum. Titan Hicks calls his own number, gets to the outside, and touchdown Tigers. BA pulls away 42-14 the final.
Well, speaking of good 6A1 matchups, we had another great matchup going on just down the road from here over at Owasso. They were squaring off against Union. Good little rival game.
Yeah, that's right. The Redhawks coming off their first win of the year, but the Rams have been on a roll lately. Fox 23's Devin Lyon has been covering the game and joins us now live. And Devin, this was a big game when it comes to district play as well.
It was a big game, and it's been competitive, and as you can see behind me, it's still going on. We're about midway through the fourth quarter. It's homecoming here in Owasso, so it's been a packed crowd on both sides. Here's a look at how things got us where we're at. Owasso looking to keep the winning record going against the Union Redhawks. Union head coach Antonio Graham returning to Owasso, the team he formerly coached for, now on the opposite sideline. Let's get right to a high-scoring first quarter. Owasso starting off strong with this pass from number 6, Drew Frankenfield, to number 1, Takari Bethel, who takes it 50 yards for a touchdown. Rams up 7 and getting the ball back fast. But look at this, a pick 6 by number 4, Kane Brackney, who puts the Redhawks on the board. 2-point conversion, no good. Redhawks down 6-7. But the Rams answer back and fast. A 55-yard receiving touchdown for number 4, Julius Wilson. Rams are up 14-6 at the end of the first quarter. This time a much more defensive quarter. Union grabs a field goal to start the second quarter, trailing 9-14 now. Rams will close out the half with this QB keeper 7 yards. Frankenfield diving for the end zone. Touchdown. Rams lead the half 21-9. And that third quarter would be almost all Owasso. The score right now is 42-15 with just over 4 minutes of the game left to play. I know Union has the ball right here on their own 25-yard line. Next week, the Rams will head all the way down to Westmore, and the Redhawks will be back home for their homecoming. The Rams just scored, just right behind me right there. Rams just took the lead, 46-15, extend their lead. I'm going to sit back to you guys at the desk and hang out here.
I love live television for that reason
literally.
right there. That was incredible. Coming right at you. You can't get highlights any quicker than that right
exactly.
there. Well, thank you so much, Devin. Let's keep it on rolling on down to Muskogee. The Ruffers looking for their second straight win tonight. They were squaring off against PC West, and the Ruffers really starting to find their stride. Let's pick things up in the second half. They were rolling at this point. Kenyon Goodson right here with a touchdown pass over to Marcus Newton. Goes in from 40 yards out. They were up 50 at that point, and not finished just yet. The handoff over to Andre Beasley. He runs on in for the score right there as Muskogee was just dominant in this thing. 63-0 the final.
Wow, that's crazy. Second-ranked Sand Springs is coming off back-to-back shutouts, and they were looking for a third straight as they took on Capitol Hill tonight. And this is exactly how you start off the hunt for lucky number 3. Opening kickoff, and here's Alex Dudley dodging defenders, cuts left, turns on the Jets, and he's gone. House call, touchdown Sand Springs, and the Sandites are up 7-0 with just 15 seconds off the clock. Defense gets the stop, and on the very first play of the Sandites opening drive, Easton Webb goes play action, airs it out to Dom Forbes, and Forbes dives in for 6. Still 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sand Springs rolling early though. Not too long after, first and goal for the Sandites. This time they keep it on the ground. Grady Harris makes this one look easy. Walks in untouched. Sand Springs takes it 70-0.
Very nice win right there. All right, it's time for our first commercial break, but coming up next, we're going to head on over to Norman and get a live report on how Jenks did as they took on the Tigers. Welcome back. Well, we had some great matchups tonight, including one, unfortunately, on the road, top 5 showdown going on over in Norman.
Yeah, that's right. Jenks coming off their first loss of the year. How would they respond as they hit the road to take on the Tigers? Well, it's time we found out. Fox 23's Ian Nickel made the long drive out there and joins us live. And Ian, this was a statement game from the Trojans.
Absolutely. After losing to Bixby 66-35, I believe, Jenks needed a big victory, and they got it tonight in Norman.
The Trojans traveled 2 hours to take on district foe, the Norman Tigers, here in Norman, and it was all Trojans as they were looking to bounce back from a Bixby defeat. On the first possession of the game, Landon Kizer from the Tiger logo finds a diving Caleb Dillard for the first score of the game. He was covered like white on rice, but Dillard still made the catch there. Next up, Katie Jones takes it to the house, 70 yards. The senior looking for a new home after decommitting from Oklahoma State, and with moves like that, he's sure to pick up plenty of offers. And would you like some more KD Jones? He's going to take it in from 7, put in that extra effort for the touchdown. That touchdown dose for numero dos. Waning minutes of the first half. Norman trying to cut into the deficit, and they cannot. Caleb Dillard, INT, and he's going to return it to about the 40-yard line, and that would do it for the first half as Jenks took control 27-0.
The domination will continue as Jenks defeats Norman 44-0. Not a bad bounce back for the number 2 team in the state. Next week is homecoming. They will host the Mustang Broncos. They're 4-1 right now. And Jenks is actually right behind me. They're getting some snacks before they go on the 2-hour bus ride back. And I'm going to wrap it up because I also have to take a 2-hour car ride back. So back to you guys at the desk.
Yeah, I have no idea who sent him 2 hours away. Sorry about that, Ian, but I appreciate you taking one for the team right there.
That was awesome. Pretty good
big
win.
right there for Jenks. Well, a little closer to home, we had Sapulpa back in action tonight as they were looking for their second straight win. They were squaring off against Bartlesville. The Bruins still searching for that first win of the season. Let's pick things up in the third. Chieftains on the move. Braddock's Broughton back to pass, but that play gets blown up right there by Sutton. Williams comes flying in for the sack. Sapulpa, though, would be right back at it. The handoff goes over to Michael Bennett. He finds some space, gets to the sideline, makes a man miss, and he gets to the pylon first for the score right there. To the fourth quarter we go. Bruins now trying to find a bit of an answer. Michael can't find anybody open, so he decides to tuck it and take off. That is a good decision. Big hit there at the goal line, but he gets in for the score. Still, Sapulpa would go on to get the win, 41-21.
There you go. Really fun matchup over at Catoosa as the Indians were taking on Skiatook. The Bulldogs going to work early in this one. First quarter, and the option goes to Caden Drummond. Makes a nice little cut, and he takes it in from 22 yards out. Second quarter, and Skiatook was right back at it. This time they go to the air. Cole Bray going deep, and he finds Aiden McCall. That's good for 6 more, and the Dogs just kept on coming. Just a few minutes later, and off the play action, Bray this time finds Barrett Hinton. Skiatook takes this one a shutout, 42-0 the final.
All right, well, speaking of teams off to some good starts, it's been a historic start this season for Mannford.
Yeah, that's right. The Pirates were undefeated at 4-0 at the start of tonight. Last time they started a 4-0 season back in 2007, which means none of these kids on their team were even alive yet.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We got Jade Morrow over there covering the game tonight for us. And Jade, this has been an incredible run for Mannford.
That's right, Kaylee. This was the game for Mannford and Perkins. Mannford trying to stay undefeated while Perkins is looking for a positive record. Now, like you said, Mannford went into this game 4-0 for the first time since 2007, and those 4 wins this year matches the win total that they had the last 4 years combined. And for Perkins, 2-2 going into this game tonight, and this was the first true test of the season. Tonight was homecoming night for the Perkins Tryon Demons, and at home field, they took on the undefeated Mannford Pirates. Tonight was the night to see who would take home the win. In the first quarter, Demons had possession of the ball first. With 8:32 left, number 4, Wyatt Atkinson at the 41-yard line, a wide open pass from him to make the first touchdown of the night with a good field goal, and they take the first lead, 7-0. Still in the first with 2:19 left, number 5, Bo Rabbit from Perkins trying quick pass to number 4, Atkinson, and he makes a second touchdown for the Demons. Kick it's good, 14-0. With 1 minute left in the first, guess who gets the ball? You guessed it, number 4, Atkinson, for the third time. It makes the Demons a third touchdown with a 21-0 lead. Mannford Pirates trying to come back and put some points on the board. In the second quarter, number 7, Max Moore, looking from afar and spots number 11, Trey Scott, and catches the long throw and makes the first touchdown for the Mannford Pirates. The score 21-6. Perkins Tryon Demons still in the lead. Now this game was not in favor for Mannford, but it sure was for Perkins with a final score 63-6 at home field. Now Mannford will be going back home to take on Bristow, and for Perkins, the Seminole Chieftains. And right now I am live in Perkins, so I also have a long drive, which is about an hour and 10, maybe even more with this late out traffic. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you guys at the desk.
Just making people drive all over the place tonight. My bad on that one, Jade, but we appreciate it. You getting over there and covering that. Yeah. Few other good games going on, once again, a little closer to home. Let's head on over to Berry Hill, where tonight they were squaring off against Inola. The Longhorns might have been the road team, but they were making themselves right at home early on in this thing. Opening drive for the Chiefs, and check this out, the big hit right here by Brennan Lawley. He's going to knock that ball loose. Inola comes up with it, and we're headed the other way. Just a few plays later, and they turn it into some points. Lawley also plays a little running back, and he gets the handoff and goes on in from 17 yards out. But eventually, Berry Hill would get something going. Max Harlan going deep, and he finds Cooper Barrington, who gets behind the defense, shows off the speed. And that is a 65-yard house call right there. Just a one-score game at that point, but Inola's defense was going to go ahead and put this thing away for him. This one gets tipped and then picked off by Micah Schwing, as the Longhorns go on to get the win tonight, 24-17 the final.
That's awesome. Okay, last one. Fort Gibson looking to make it 3 in a row as they face off against Oologah. Homecoming night, and the home crowd loving this one. Carson Davis drops back, looks deep, and boom, right on target to Brody Hansen. Nothing but green grass ahead. 65-yard tutty, and Fort Gibson goes up 6-0. Just a few minutes later now, same connection, same result. Davis escapes the pressure and floats a dime to Hansen in the end zone. The Dogs take down Oologah 49-7 the final.
All right, it is time for our final commercial break. But coming on the other side, it's our big finish. Our top plays of the night are up next.
I've got Barry Lewis of the Tulsa World ready to break down all of Green Country's biggest games with me, so stick around.
You're watching high school football tonight on FOX23.
Welcome back. Well, it is almost time for our big finish, our plays of the week. But first, we got a little bit more insight on tonight's games from the godfather of high school football himself, Barry Lewis of the Tulsa World.
For that, we got to head back over to Lincoln Christian, where he's joining our very own Paige Orr. And Paige, you guys got to see a great game over there tonight.
That's right, guys. I've got Barry Lewis of the Tulsa World, and he's here to break it all down for us. So let's start right here. Lincoln Christian, Hall and Hall, what did you see?
Just total domination by Lincoln Christian. There was a reason earlier in the week why Holland Hall coach Brian Thompson referred to Lincoln Christian as 3A's version of what Bixby is in large school football. Just a juggernaut. Total domination tonight by Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, I saw the exact same thing. Ton of great players. It's not just one guy. They have it all across the board. Let's move over to the Owasso Union game. What do you think about that one?
Well, it was sort of expected that Owasso would probably win that game pretty handily. Of course, the big story was Antonio Graham returning to Owasso, where he coached last year. And I guess most people figured Owasso would take care of business, and they certainly did that tonight.
That's right. All right, now let's talk about Jenks at Norman, a little on-the-road trip. Had to take care of some business after getting beat by Bixby last week. What's that mean for them?
So important for Jenks to shake that second half of last week's game off, shake that off. and turn the page, and they certainly did that against Norman tonight, as Katie Jones had a huge night, as you'd expect he would, and Landon Kazar at quarterback. He's having such a super season, and he continued that as well.
Yeah, a lot of great games across Green Country, so I'm glad I got to break them down with the Barry Lewis from the Tulsa World. I'm Paige, your Fox 23 Sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Paige. Speaking of that Jenks game, I know Katie started the night tied first, or just in 6th for all-time rushing right now. That's for right. Jenks. He was about 300 back. I don't know what he finished with tonight. He had a pretty good game, but he's going to be top 3 by the time he's finished over there, and
yeah,
Jenks has a very good football program. All right, it's time for our big finish, our top plays of the night. And for mine, we got to head back on over to that Bixby game because this play was awesome. Just a number of misdirections before they finally decide to go a wide receiver pass back to the quarterback, and Kirby walks on in for the score. Bixby is just unreal. It's not fair.
Okay, good one, but I'm going to have to go back to this one. UConn trying to get on the scoreboard, but Samaj Sanford says, nope, not today, blocks that one and takes it all the way back with the lightning speed.
All right, that is all the time we got for you tonight, but thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you back here next week.